Um, I'm not sure. I'll have to go look this up. But one of the features about this game is the fact that it has a lot of written dialogue. I mean, as I heard from somebody else, you can if talking with artists, and it makes sense considering how many times I played this. But when you talk to everybody, you can literally talk with all the conversations. It would literally take hours to listen to every single conversation with every single NPC you can talk to. It would literally take hours. Um, but that is probably the longest single dialogue any character ever has. Like soliloquy. I kid you not. That is probably the longest thing soliloquy in this game. Alright. I've just been told the story of the balance by Vestum Tobias, and I figured I should try to write this down while I still remember bits and pieces of it. Talk about cryptic history. Tobias lost me somewhere around the 12 and the 1. Like, excuse me? What? Actually, that was another thing. The 12 and the 1 kind of remind me of Jesus and his apostles. It might just be me, but that was the first thing that popped in my head. I'm not sure if they meant to do that, but maybe they had some kind of connection to, maybe that's how the religion starts. I kind of like stuff like that. When people do that, like, stuff like that in stories and games, I kind of like that. It's kind of interesting to hear stuff like that. Anyways, but I think I got the gist of it. There were two words. One is dark, the other one, the one word of science, what I call Earth, and then there's Arcadia, the magic word, what people here call Earth, to Earth. Then, which gets a little confusing, but not half as confusing as what came after. A long time ago, there was this one Earth, and this Earth had both magic and science, but mankind has always had a habit of screwing things up. Ain't that the truth? And this is what they did on the original Earth. They got too powerful, learned how to move stars and be gods by combining the powers of magic and science. So an alien race called the Draken decided to interfere to prevent mankind from destroying their own world. One of the so-called kin founded the religious movement called the Sentinel, or the Fathers, who are self-appointed watchers over the balance between magic and science. The Sentinel were instrumental in dividing the Earth into two dimensions, dark and Arcadia, science and magic. They also have put a woman in charge of controlling and channeling the balance between the worlds, a guardian of the balance who lives in a tower in a sort of in-between realm, and who's replaced every 1,000 years by a new guardian. So then life goes on like thousands of years until the Sentinels start squabbling internally, and the Sentinel priests in Stark decided to break with the Arcadian friends and found the new cult or whatever called the Vanguard. The Vanguard want the worlds reunited, and they plan to do this by controlling the Guardian himself or herself. This is what they've been doing for a few hundred years now, destroying potential Guardians by performing experiments on them or something. My hand is starting to cramp up. I'm amazed I even remember half of this. Anyways, the current Guardian couldn't stay any longer, and he left this tower in the middle of nowhere, and now the balance is in danger. Apparently chaos can really do some serious damage to both Stark and Arcadia, which does remind me of my dream. I'm not sure that's the right word anymore. With the black chaos thingy, the vortex that attacked me. That's probably a sign of what's going to happen if somebody doesn't do something to save the balance. And I'm sensing this coming on, because that's how it always goes in these things, that somebody is me. Because apparently I'm a strong shifter. Somebody has to find the Guardian, get him back in the tower to save the balance, and then do something about the Vanguard. Get them to see that they're screwing with things they shouldn't be screwing with. Hey, easy! I do that kind of stuff before breakfast! As do I in practically every adventure game I've ever played. More or less. I do like the murals, so hold on. I do like the artistry of the murals. Probably some of my favorite stuff. Favorite pictures. I'm not sure what this one is supposed to be. This one is an incomplete mural, but Alright, Tobias. Let's talk to you
Excuse
again.
me.
Because we got a few more questions we need to ask. Do you know...
Do you know a
Brian
man named
Westhouse.
Brian Westhouse?
Need him to get home.
Westhouse? That old goat?
He does
Yes,
know him.
unfortunately. What would you with him?
I need to find him.
I do not know where he lives. I hear somewhere on the outskirts of the city by the sea, but I cannot tell you any more than that.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Who'd
who'd
know about
him?
Westhouse?
His whereabouts? I do not understand what you would with him. He is rude, uncultured, and ignorant.
Cortez told me to look him up.
Well,
Fine chap.
I do not know where he lives or frequents, but someone at the market may. He trades merchandise there, and I think he collects maps of the Northlands.
Huh. Clue! Alright.
What do you know about Cortez?
Your mentor? What has he told you about himself?
Nothing?
Not much.
Cryptic?
Nothing, in
Cryptic
fact.
bullshit?
He's a complete mystery to me.
To learn something about someone, the best way to go about it is to ask them yourself. There is nothing I can do to enlighten you.
But who is he?
He is who he is, what he is. If he has not told you himself, then perhaps he does not wish you to know. It would be improper for me to divulge his secrets.
You're
No,
as
you just
bad
wanna
as
be
he
a
is.
cryptic
No
bastard.
offense. It's just frustrating.
I understand. The next time you see him, tell him what you have told me. Maybe he will tell you the truth, maybe he will not. It is his choice to make.
True, but he can be at least a little less of a cryptic bastard.
How am I supposed to get back to Stark?
The only way to get back is through a shift. You are a shifter, April, and the power to travel between worlds is within you.
I guess.
It might be within me, but it doesn't look like it's coming out anytime soon.
This is true. We
I
don't know
wish
how
I
to
could
use
help
it.
you, but I cannot. You must find the path on your own.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about Arcadia?
I will try my best to answer any question you may have, April.
What can we ask? Oh no, no, that's probably gonna give.
What's Marcuria like?
I'll do that last just in case that brings us back to that thing.
I have lived in this
Here we
city
go.
all my life, and still it amazes me what a diverse, exciting, and wonderful place it is. Many have called Marcuria the jewel of the Northlands, and they are right. But it is a diamond in the rough. A city this size can never be flawless.
True.
There are always shadows, and people who hide in them. Lately, the shadows have grown and darkened, and I fear for the future. But Marcuria is still a wonderful place to live.
It looks quite nice. Oh boy.
What are the Northlands?
The Northlands is a collective term for all the lands north of the Great Sea, and south of the border mountains including Ireed, Tyron, and Khorasan.
Okay.
Before, however, the word Northlands was used to describe this entire continent, including the territories north of the mountains and the icy wastes beyond that. Some still prefer the latter interpretation of the name. And to the people of the Southlands, anyone hailing from north of the Great Sea is a Northlander regardless.
Okay.
What's the history of Arcadia?
There is so much I do not know where to begin. In truth, it would be wiser to ask someone else, unless you wish to know about the Fathers, the Balance, or Mudhoppers.
What?
Mudhoppers?
My secret passion. I study them. They are a most fascinating species. Most fascinating indeed. But I am not practically versed in the intricacies of history, I'm sorry to say.
Could just be me, but Mudhoppers kind of makes me think of frogs. I guess.
Tell Tell
What
me a
about
little
Irene?
about Irene.
Irene.
Ireed means both unification and assembly in High Tongue, and many still call Ireed the unified country, even though it is an age and a half since the lands of the north joined together in alliance. Ireed stretches from the plains of Nedra in the north to the Great Sea in the south, and from the territories of Tyran in the west to the thick woodlands in the east. It is populated by humans and Dolmare, Tyran and a number of other races. It is even said that a tribe of Venar have a ring of trees in Riverwood, though I'm not sure that is anything but a myth.
Okay. So we know a little bit about the different races here.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could assist you.
Anything else?
I'll
Nope.
see you later.
Well,
You will? If you say so, then it must be true.
and again, one of the funny things about this is how people don't understand common terms that April is so used to. They take it wrong in Arcadia. Or they misunderstand it. Well, so we know that this Brian Westhouse likes to collect maps. Well, there's this map merchant here. He's probably got a monopoly on the market for them. So we might as well ask him about them.
Maps!
I'm looking for Brian Westhouse.
Briar west of house? It's not on any of my maps, and I've never heard of it. Maps!
No, it's not a place.
It's a man, not a place. Mr. Brian Westhouse.
I would most certainly remember a name as queer as that, and I don't. Get your maps while they're fresh.
Okay, you're... Okay, that thing about fresh maps makes no sense, considering the fact that geology takes, ages for it to change. Of course, then again, if you're talking about magic can, like, change mountains and stuff like that, if it's at all possible. So, yeah, I guess it is kind of chaotic here. Don't go bugging with geology with magic! Bastards. Don't fuck with geology.
Bye.
Maps! Get your fresh maps here. Buy 2, get the second one half price.
Well, shoot. Now what?
Maps!
Actually, let me ask him again.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, maps!
Thanks for your help.
Oh, nope, nothing.
Maps!
Bye.
No more questions.
Maps!
Okay, skip that.
What? I got something on my face? Is my hair okay? What are you looking at? It's a talking bird.
Apparently. Let's see. Let's talk to this dude again.
How about a game of cups today?
Sorry, but I'm broke.
May the balance bring...
Yeah. I'm pretty sure talking with him would have started something up. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe it's something else I have to do first. Got the marketplace here. Got city gates. Might as well go looking around a little bit more. Oh, what's this? What's this?
This guy's selling musical instruments. Most of these I don't even recognize. But he's got a drum in there and what looks like half a guitar and a couple of dried rabbit carcasses. Ugh. He's selling musical instruments. I'm not in the market for an instrument at this particular moment.
Okay.
Still, good to know where to get one in case of a musical emergency.
I guess. Musical emergency. Quick! We need 20 guitars! Stat! Wow. Those are some pretty fancy boats out there. Remind me of like Elven boats or something like that. Actually, oddly enough, this one right here kind of reminds me of. Actually, no, this one actually more reminds me of the If anybody's played Overlord 2, it reminds me of the Elven ship you get to captain in Overlord 2. Except with a little less fancy front.